They said he was too dangerous to train, but beneath 180 pounds of raw power stood a guardian from ancient bloodlines. This is Zafir, a Caucasian shepherd who proved legends are forged in mountains. The first time I saw Zafir, he wasn't looking at me. He was looking through me. Those amber eyes held something primal, connecting directly to the Caucasus Mountains where his ancestors guarded flocks against wolves and bears for 2,000 years. At 6 months old, he already weighed 90 pounds, and his presence commanded respect from everyone. The breeder warned me, "This isn't a pet, this is a working guardian." Caucasian shepherds don't follow, they assess, they decide, they protect. I watched as Zafir moved through the yard with calculated precision, every step deliberate. He wasn't playing, he was patrolling. Most people don't understand what it means to own a Caucasian shepherd. This is a 180-pound mountain guardian that makes independent decisions about threats before you notice danger exists. The breed was designed to work alone in harsh terrain, making life or death choices without human guidance. Training started immediately, but not like most people train. With Zafir, it was mutual respect, not domination. Every exercise became a negotiation. When I asked him to sit, he would pause, consider if the request made tactical sense, then comply, not from submission, but acknowledgement. The transformation happened gradually. That massive frame filled with muscle rippling under his thick double coat. His bark deepened into thunder rolling across mountains. At 18 months, Zafir reached his full 180 pounds, and standing on hind legs, he towered at nearly 7 feet. But size wasn't the story. The story was in his eyes, constantly scanning, evaluating, protecting. How he positioned himself between our family and strangers without being told. People crossed streets when they saw us coming, not because Zafir was aggressive, because presence doesn't need to bark. The neighborhood changed after Zafir arrived. Break-ins stopped on our street. Suspicious activity disappeared. Word spread. There was a Caucasian shepherd on the block. Then came the Tuesday evening that changed everything. I was raking leaves in the backyard as sunset approached. Zafir's entire demeanor shifted in one heartbeat. The relaxed guardian became a coiled weapon. His ears pinned forward, his 180-pound frame lowered into a combat stance, and a growl emerged from his chest that froze my blood. 3 strangers had scaled our back fence. They didn't see Zafir in the shadows, using terrain advantage like his ancestors. When their feet hit the ground, a 180 pounds of protection instinct exploded forward. I see you haven't subscribed yet, and honestly, that breaks my heart. Please subscribe now so we can continue with what happened when Zafir faced these intruders. Trust me, you need to see this. I've never seen anything move that fast at that size. Zafir didn't just run. He calculated trajectories and executed tactical response. He didn't attack directly, he cornered them. Within seconds, he cut off every escape route with chessmaster precision. His positioning forced all 3 men into one space where they couldn't separate or flank. That deep, rumbling growl never stopped. Continuous, primal, bone-chilling. His eyes never blinked. I realized I was witnessing something rare, a Caucasian shepherd doing exactly what millennia of breeding designed them for. He wasn't emotional or angry. He was executing his purpose with calm efficiency. The 3 intruders were completely immobilized. One tried moving toward the fence, and Zafir shifted positions so fast the man stumbled and fell. The guardian didn't advance. He didn't need to. His positioning alone communicated that any movement meant immediate response. I called police while Zafir maintained containment. For 12 minutes, he held 3 men in perfect control without a single bite, without losing focus. When officers arrived, they were stunned by his control and intelligence. One officer, a 20-year veteran, pulled me aside. I've seen police dogs, military dogs, protection dogs of every breed. I've never seen this. He didn't react, he strategized. That's not training, that's pure instinct. Here's what people miss about Caucasian shepherds. Their aggression is measured, intelligent, and proportional. Zafir could have torn through those intruders instantly, but he calculated containment was sufficient.
The breed doesn't react, it responds with precisely required force. After that night, everything changed. Our house became legendary. Insurance adjusters left shaking their heads in approval. Training intensified. I worked with specialists who understood guardian breeds. We refined Zafir's exceptional instincts, teaching him to distinguish genuine threats from harmless situations. His protective circle expanded. Regular visitors were recognized. Children could play safely. But strangers got the full assessment. Steady gaze, deliberate approach, unmistakable territorial message.
Today, Zafir is 4 years old and in absolute prime. At 180 pounds of muscle and bone, he moves with grace of something half his size and power of something twice his weight. His thick coat darkened into traditional markings, that majestic mane making him even more imposing. The real transformation was understanding what sharing life with an ancient guardian breed means. Zafir isn't a pet who protects, he's a protector who shares our space. His loyalty is deep, unshakable, commitment of a guardian who decided you're worth defending with his life. Morning routines became sacred rituals. Zafir conducts first patrol at dawn, circling the property with intensity his ancestors brought to mountain pastures. He checks every corner, every entry point, every shadow. Only after this assessment does he return satisfied. The bond between us is mutual respect, running deeper than words. When I work outside, Zafir positions himself seeing both me and potential approach angles, not hovering, establishing security perimeter. People ask if I'm afraid of him. The question reveals fundamental misunderstanding. Caucasian Shepherds aren't unpredictable, they're precisely calibrated. Training never stops. At 4 years, Zafir still works through exercises challenging his mind. Looking at Zafir, I see the same bloodline that protected Silk Road caravans, stood against mountain bears, earned a reputation as ultimate guardians through centuries. This is living with a legend, not a pet. A guardian whose loyalty was forged in the mountains and whose protection instinct runs deeper than training could create. Zafir is living history, proof that bonds between human and guardian transcend time itself. Drop a comment below sharing your thoughts on Caucasian Shepherds, and don't forget to smash that like button if you enjoyed Zafir's incredible story.